Donald F. Featherstone was a British author of more than 40 books on wargaming and military history. Featherstone was born in London, and during the Second World War, he joined the Royal Armoured Corps. An account of his war experiences can be found in his book Lost Tales. Professionally a physiotherapist living in Southampton, Featherstone was first introduced to wargaming by reading H.G. Wells' Little Wars, and his first opponent was his brother. His second opponent was Tony Barth many years later in 1955. His wife saw a description of a solo wargame being played in Southampton by Tony Barth, and Don then got in touch. In 1960, the two of them began editing the UK version of the War Game Digest, a seminal wargaming newsletter started by Jack Scrubby. Featherstone expressed disapproval of a trend towards articles attempting to spread an aura of pseudoscience over what is a pastime. After a discussion with Paddy Griffith, Featherstone realised that wargaming as a hobby could considerably aid in understanding military history. He started his own periodical in 1962, the Wargamers newsletter. He produced this each month without a gap, with 214 editions until January 1980. In 1961, he organised the first UK Wargames convention at his home in Southampton. 2 years later he organised the first National Wargames Championships convention at a local hotel, which was attended by about 100 wargamers from all over the country. In 1977 he was one of the founder members of the British Commission for Military History. Featherstone appeared on the BBC in 1978 to promote the hobby. Death. Donald Featherstone died on 3 September 2013, aged 95, from complications following a fall at home. Bibliography. Wargames: a revised edition has been printed as part of the History of Wargaming project. Tackle Model Soldiers This Way, Stanley Paul, London, 1963, ISBN none issued. Naval War Games, Stanley Paul, London, 1965, ISBN 0-09-076581-8, updated edition 2009. Air War Games, Bowman of England, Adam with the Bayonet. The First Sikh War, Advanced War Games, Stanley Paul, London, 1965, ISBN 0-09-087350-5, reprinted 2008. War Game Campaigns reprinted 2009. Battles with Model Soldiers, Military Modelling, MacDonald of the 42nd, Poitiers 1356. Knights Battles for Wargamers. War Games Through the Ages. Volume 1, 3000 BC to 1500 AD. Stanley Paul, 1972, ISBN 0-09-110240-5. Solo Wargaming, K. and Wood, London, 1973, ISBN 0-7182-0921-4. Reprinted 2009. Tank Battles in Miniature, A Wargamer's Guide to the Western Desert Campaign in 1940–1942. Battle Notes for Wargamers, David and Charles, 1973, ISBN 0-7153-6310-7, revised 2011. War Games Through the Ages. Volume 2, 1420-1783, Stanley Paul, 1974, ISBN 0-09-118760-5. War Games Through the Ages. Volume 3, 1792-1879, Stanley Paul, 1975, ISBN 0-09-121250-2. Skirmish Wargaming, Patrick Stevens Limited, 1975, ISBN 0-85059-197-X, New Edition 2009. Wargaming, Ancient and Medieval Periods. David and Charles, UK, 1975, ISBN 0-7153-6939-3. Hippocrene Books, USA, 1975. ISBN 0-88254-353-9. Wargames Through the Ages. Volume 4, 1861-1945. Wargaming Airborne Operations. K. Ward, 1975. ISBN 0-7182-1172-3. Reprinted 2009. Wargaming Pike and Shot Revised 2010. Better Military Modeling. Tank Battles in Miniature. A Wargamer's Guide to Mediterranean Campaigns 1943–1945. Patrick Stevens Limited, 1977. ISBN 0-85059-275-5. Featherstone's Complete Wargaming. David and Charles, 1989. ISBN 0-7153-9262-X. Victoria's Enemies. An AZ of British Colonial Warfare. The Peninsular War. Argus Books, 1991. ISBN 1-85486-028-3. Victorian Colonial Warfare. Africa, from the campaigns against the Kaffirs to the South African War. Victorian Colonial Warfare. India, from the conquest of Sindh to the Indian Mutiny. Khartoum 1885. General Gordon's Last Stand. Tel el-Kebir 1882. Wolseley's Conquest of Egypt. The History of the English Longbow. Omdurman 1898. Kitchener's Victory in the Sudan. Weapons and Equipment of the Victorian Soldier. Redcoats for the Raj. Valda Publishing, UK, 1996. ISBN 0-9526861-0-4. Warriors and Warfare in Ancient and Medieval Times. Khaki and Red. Soldiers of the Queen in India and Africa. Bridges of Battle. Famous battlefield actions at bridges and river crossings. Bowmen of England. The Battlefield Walker's Handbook. Donald Featherstone's Lost Tales. ISBN 978-1-4092-9431-3. Donald Featherstone's The Badgered Men. A novel describing the life of the Victorian cavalryman at the time of the First Sikh War. 1845-1846. ISBN 978-1470944018. Donald Featherstone's Wargaming Commando Operations. A novel describing the life of the Victorian cavalryman at the time of the First Sikh War. 1845-1846. ISBN 9781291398915.